December means 24 grams of whiskey in 24 days. For the past 17 days, the Flaviar Advent Calendar here has been my buddy and my opponent, as it's challenged me to figure out more tasting notes than I ever have before in my life. But it's day 18, and I'm going to dig into this Flaviar Advent Calendar to find bottle 18 and open that for today. Bottle 18 is out. Let's do this. Welcome to Whisky Riffs. If you're new here, my name is Kevin, and I've been your guide on this 24-day journey through the Flaviar Whiskies of the Galaxy Advent Calendar. It's been fascinating to go through all the different varieties of flavors and whiskeys and expressions. It's time to open up the bottle for day 18 and get this tasting started, but before I do, let you look at the front of the bottle. There's a country of origin on it. I'm trying to avoid looking at that because these are blind tastings, and I don't want to give away any information. I'm also going to give you tasting notes and then check those at the end with this Flaviar Tasting Notes booklet. There's good information in there about the different notes, the origin of the whiskey, and a little tiny bit about the whiskey, but I'll have to do some more research during the editing process and put those notes up for you after this is done. Now, when I pour this whiskey in the glass, I only pour half it because I want to keep half to taste later in case it tastes different on the second tasting. All right, let me get into day 18, see what I can pick out of this whiskey. This is a very light colored whiskey, which probably means that it wasn't in a harsh or warm climate. It also means that it could be younger instead of older, or it could be like a Scotch or a cool climate whiskey. And if they're adding artificial coloring to it, they're not making it too dark with their little marketing additions to this whiskey. This is very malty on the nose. Very fresh smelling. I'm getting a little bit of citrus there. I'm not getting a lot of alcohol burn on the nose. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a low ABV, but it seems like it's a little bit lower. There's some nice sweetness, maybe some fresher fruits like pears and apples, and a couple berry notes that I just got on the second go round. Not a bad nose at all. Kind of like it. Seems to be enough interesting in here. There's a little bit of smoke or peat on that. Definitely got that. Okay. You've got my attention, Flaviar. I'm getting a little bit of a metallic finish, which is strange. Sometimes the metallic finish for me is a kind of a grain whiskey. But I was picking up some malted notes here, so maybe we have like a peated Irish whiskey. Some spicy notes there, maybe a little bit of cinnamon, but maybe that's just an oak spice. Yeah, I'm sticking with a low ABV. I think we're still maybe 43% or less. I am curious about this one though. I'm avoiding jumping into the book right away because I'm trying to find a few more notes. I am getting some berries, I'm getting some pears, and a hint of that smoke or peatiness. It's not overly intense though. I'm going with a peated Irish whiskey. Playing games with what country have we been to already with Flaviar is a bad game to play. They could throw anything they want day to day in here. All right, turning the page for day 18 to see where we've landed. Interesting. Okay, well, it's not Irish. It is Scottish. It's a Scotch single malt. It's a Benromic 10-year-old single malt Scotch at 43% ABV. I feel good about the ABV. That's exactly what I was expecting. Tropical fruits, a little bit of peatiness, sherry, spicy, smoky, citrus, oak, dry, neat. What is neat? Neat is not pour. Neat is not a flavor or a note. What is neat? I like the flavors on this, and the reason I guessed that it was an Irish peated whiskey was because of the low ABV. I thought it might have been one of the ones that just is really kind of on the edge of not an island whiskey, but puts a little peated smoke in there just to make it interesting. Have you had any experience with the Benromic 10-year-old? Let me know in the notes. Let me know your experience with it. What do you think about it? I actually kind of like it. I haven't had the Benromic except for a couple of tastings, so it's not familiar to me. There's not an awful lot of sherry in here. That might be giving it some of the fruit flavors, but I'm mostly getting the lighter fruits. I'm not getting the darker fruits of a sherry finish, so maybe it's just a very brief time in a sherry cask. I'll do some research and put some notes up on the screen. I feel good about today's guesses. I feel like I've gotten pretty close to this one, and I'm very happy with the flavors that I'm seeing in this. And if you're happy with this series, go ahead and give me a like. It really helps more people see these whiskey videos, and I appreciate every one of you that is watching this Advent Calendar series. And until tomorrow, take care of yourself, take care of those people around you, and cheers. It's going on the list. This is an interesting whiskey. I definitely want to explore more about it.